In question number 33, the ratio of a two-digit natural number to a number formed by reversing its digits is 4:7. The number of such pairs is option A 5, option B 4, option C 3 and option D 2. The third question, we have the ratio of a two-digit number, that would be xy, think the number is xy, tens place and units place, to a number formed by reversing its digits, that is a number say yx, it's not exactly yx, it's like say something like 47 by 74, okay. Ratio of a two-digit natural number to a number formed by reversing its digit is 4:7, that is 4 by 7. It's not xy, this is tens place, so it should be 10x. Visually it looks like xy 47, but it's actually 40 plus 7, right? So we have to write it as 4 into 10 plus 7 into 1. That is 10 into x, tens place, plus y into 1, ones place. By 10y plus x. This ratio we are getting it as 4 by 7. They are asking what is the number of such pairs which can be formed. Okay. Let's do it in the traditional method. 70x plus 7y is equal to 40y plus 40x, sorry, plus 4x. So we get something like 66x is equal to 33y and 2x is y is equal to 2x. So see, we have, if you have a two-digit number, then the tens place number can vary from 1 to 9. I'll erase this. Tens place number can vary from 0 to 9 and units place number can vary from 0 to 9. Sorry, this should be 1 to 9. Otherwise it will be a unit single digit number. So x should be half of y. So if this number is 2, this should be 4. Okay, y is 2x. 4 is 2 into 2. Or it can be like 3 and 6. 6 is 2 into 3. Okay. So how many such pairs we get which satisfy this equation? We get 2, 4, 3, 6, 4, 8. We can't have 5 and 10 because the numbers have to be from 0 to 9. So that's not possible. We can't have 0 and 0. That's also not possible. Okay. So see numbers like 24, 36 and 48. If you do 24 by 42, that is by reversing its digits, then you will get 4 by 7. You can just cross verify. 36 by 63, you will get 4 by 7. 48 by 84, again you will get 4 by 7. Okay, so there are 3 such pairs. What we have done is, we have found this equation and we have tried to get certain numbers which satisfies this equation. We know that tens place, we are having numbers from 1 to 9 and units place from 0 to 9. And this number has to be 2 times this number. So we'll start like 1, 2, 2, 4, sorry, I left out 1, 2 here. So we're having 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6, 4, 8. We can't have 5, 10. So we are having 4 pairs. Okay. Even 12 by 20, no, 21, the first one will give you 4 by 7. So option B, 4 is the right answer here. In question number 34, in an examination, A has scored 20 marks more than B. If B has scored 5% less marks than A, how much has B scored? Option A, 360, option B, 380, option C, 400 and option D, 420. Question number 34, they are saying A has scored 20 marks more than B. So A score is B plus 20. But at the same time, B has scored 5% less marks than A. So B is equal to 0.95 A. Okay. So where is this 0.05 So ideally, this 0.05, he's lacking 0.05, okay. Then it would be equal to A, then B would be equal to A. So this 5%, this 0.05 we are talking about, 0.05A is the 20 marks, okay. So from this we are able to calculate A score. A is equal to 20 by 0.05, or into 100 here and into 100 here. You will get 2000 by 5, which is equivalent to 400. So this is A score. And B has scored 20 marks less than A. So B is A minus 20, which is 400 minus 20, which is 380. So 380 is B score. Okay. So 380 is there in option number B. See, you have to be able to match this in your mind very quickly. B has scored 5% less marks than A. Okay, so this 5% means 20 marks. 100% will give you A score, because this 5% is comparing less marks than A. So it is 5% of A which is 20. Okay, so 100% of A will be 400. That is A score. And minus 20, you will get it as 380. So we can go to the next question. In question number 35, we have Sita and Geeta go for a swim after a gap of every 2 days and every 3 days respectively. If on 1st January both of them went for a swim together, when will they go together next? Option A 7th January, option B 8th January, option C 12th January, and option D 13th January. Question number 35, we have two girls, Sita and Geeta, C and G. Sita go for a swim after a gap of every 2 days and 3 days. So Sita goes for a swim after 2 days and Geeta goes for a swim after 3 days. On 1st of Jan, both of them went for a swim, okay. So when will they go together next? This is a very simple one. Here we have to find the LCM of these two numbers. On 1st, both of them went, but Sita will join on next only on 3rd of Jan, and Geeta will join on 4th of Jan. So they will coincide on a date which is a common multiple of 2 and 3 and which is added to 1st of January. So LCM of 2 and 3, that is least common multiple of 2 and 3, you get it as 6. Okay. So after every 6 days, there will be a concurrence. 1 plus 1st of January plus 6 will give you 7th of January. And so that should be the answer. That is option A. 5th Jan, 7th Jan. So this is a pretty simple question they have asked. Normally these kind of questions will be complicated by a certain degree. Question 36, we have X, Y and Z are 3 contestants in a race of 1000 meters. Assume that all run with different uniform speeds. X gives Y a start of 40 meters and X gives Z a start of 64 meters. If Y and Z were to compete in a race of 1000 meters, how many meters start will Y give to Z? Option A 20, option B 25, option C 30 and option D 35. In 36th question, X, Y and Z, there are 3 runners, okay, X, Y and Z. It's a race of 1000 meters, but all of them run with the uniform speed. X gives Y a start of 40 meters. What this statement means is that the race is of 1000 meters, okay, point A to point B. 1000 meters race. So at 40 meters, what X will tell is Y, you can start from this point. You can already complete a race of 40 meters. After that, I will start running. So when X and Y both start running, when X starts running, Y would have already covered 40 meters. And what is the distance he has to cover? That's only 960 meters. Okay, so what it implies is when X covers 1000 meters, Y covers only 960 meters. Similar thing they are saying X gives Z a start of 64 meters. To Z, X will tell, Mr. Z, you run 64 meters, after that I will start, and then they finish the race together, okay. So Z gets a start of 64 meters. So when X runs 1000 meters, Z will run 1000 minus 64, which is equivalent to 936 meters. I'll erase this 1000 minus 64, but you got how we came to 936. So now the question they're asking is, if Y and Z were to compete in a race of 1000 meter, how many meters start will Y give to Z? Okay. So what they're basically asking is, when Y comes to 1000, where will X be? Where will Z be? Because in this case, Y is giving a start to Z. That is, Y has agreed that he will complete 1000 meters. But how much of a start he has to give to Z? That is the question here. Okay. See, initially in the question, if you see the second sentence, they say assume that all run with different uniform speeds. This speed is not exactly the speed at which they run. They are saying that they will reach 1000 meters at the same time. This is a very important statement that all run with uniform speed is in the sense, say that X can complete the race in 2 seconds, but he will, and Z can run in say 3 seconds. X will start after 1 second, and then he will take 2 seconds again, and both of them will complete the race at 3 seconds. So if you see distance by time, then both of them, if you see the time taken, then both of them have taken 3 seconds to reach their point. And their speed is distance by time, that is 1000 meters by whatever time that is. In our case, we have taken 3 seconds. It's just an imaginary, this one. So that speed is same. So when they're saying uniform speed is same, it means both of them converge at this point B. You're running from A to B, point A to B at the same time. Okay, but they're also saying that he's giving a head start, which means that X is running at a faster speed than both Y and Z. So if we try to calculate the value of X, then we get X is 936 into 1000 by, I'll write it somewhere else where it's more clear. X is 936 into 1000 by 960. 24 and 25, 4, 6, 9, this becomes 2, 3, 4, 234. Then 1, 3, 39. So it's 39 into 25, which is actually 975. This calculation you can do at your own speed. So 975 meters is the distance that Z will run when Y will have completed 1000 meters. Okay. So if Y completes 1000 meters, Z would have completed 975 meters. But Y is going to give Z a head start. Okay. So what is this difference? 25 meters. 975 plus 25 is 1000. So this difference of 25, 1000 minus 975 is 25, is the head start which Y will give to Z in this 1000 meters race. This 25. Okay, A and B. Z will start with the head start of 25 meters. So the answer should be B. Actually, when you are calculating like this, 39 into 25, you should be able to know that 40 into 25 is 1000. And 39 into 25 is just 1 into 25 lesser than this number. So minus 25, that is 1 into 25. Okay, 40 into 25 minus 1 into 25 is 39 into 25. So you should be able to get the answer as 975 like that. Or you should also, if you're really good in maths, you can just take this point, when you're seeing 1000 by 960, both are multiples of 40. So here you can get 25 and here you can get 24. And then you can cancel it out here. Anyways, let's go to the next question. Question number 37, we have if x is greater than or equal to 25 and y is less than or equal to 40, then which of the following is always correct? Option A, x is greater than y. Option B, y minus x is greater than 15. Option C, y minus x is less than or equal to 15. Or option D, x plus y is greater than or equal to 65. In 37th question, they are asking if x is greater than or equal to 25. So, x can be any value greater than 25, not just 25, it can be 26 also. And y is less than or equal to 40. It's greater than or equal to, okay. It can be 25 also. Y is less than or equal to 40. That means it can be 40, 39, 38, whatever, 39.5 in decimals also. Which one of the following is always correct? X is greater than y. It's not possible. Say x is 25 and y is 40. X minus y will give you minus 15. 25 minus 40 is minus 15. So A is wrong. Y minus x is greater than 15. Option B. See, y minus x is greater than 15 only in certain conditions. As I said, say x is 26. X is greater than or equal to 25. It can be 26. Say y is 40. Okay. See, always the options we need to try to prove that it is wrong. That should be our effort. So to prove that y minus x is lesser than 15, you must always try to project a value of y which is less and x as more. Because when y is less and x is more, then the value will be the least possible value, and that may counter the statement B. Okay. So see, y is lesser than or equal to 40. So this is a very simple one. We can easily negate option B by saying that y is say 38. 38 minus 26 will give us 12. So which is lesser than 15. So B is wrong. Y minus x is less than or equal to 15. This thing we have to see carefully now. So they want y minus x to be less than or equal to 15. We'll try to make it more than 15. So we'll assume a value for y which is very high. But the value of y cannot cross 40 because it's less than or equal to 40. So the highest value possible for y is 40. So let's assume y is 40. So since we want to have the value of y minus x is greater than 15, we are trying to negate the statement C. Okay. So we have to have a value of x which is very less, but x cannot be lesser than 25. Okay. 25 is the least value of x. And so y minus x, the highest number possible for y minus x is 15. So this is the highest possible number difference of y minus x. There cannot be any number more than 15. Okay. So y minus x will always, what I mean to say is that y minus x is always lesser than or equal to 15. So that is what they have given as per statement C, which seems to be right. Numbers which are pretty close to x. X has to be greater than or equal to 25. So 26 and say 39. 39 minus 26 is 13. So whatever number you assume for x and y, it is always going to be lesser than or equal to 15. This particular thing which we try to draw is actually the extreme statement, is the extremity. So extreme value is actually 15. So lesser than or equal to 15 holds good. Okay. X plus y is greater than or equal to 65. Let's examine this statement. See, the minimum, they are saying is greater than or equal to 65. Let's try to reduce this value. So let's try to reduce x and reduce y so that x plus y is the least value. What is the least value of x? X cannot be lesser than 25, so it is 25, least value. And what is the least value of y? It can be anything, it can be 0 also, because y is lesser than or equal to 25. So no, option D fails there. So option C is the only one which satisfies our requirement. So C is the right answer. We can go to the next question. Question number 38, we have Anna was born 4 years after her parents' marriage. Her mother is 3 years younger than her father and 25 years older than Anna, who is 13 years old. At what age did Anna's father get married? Option A 22 years, option B 23 years, option C 24 years, or option D 25 years. In question number 38, Anna was born 4 years after her parents' marriage. Her mother is 3 years younger than her father and 24 years older than Anna. Her mother is 24 years older than Anna. Anna was born 4 years after her parents' marriage. That means when Anna was born, her mother was just 24 years old. When Anna was born, obviously her age is 0. So her mother was 24 years old. And her father was 27 years old because her mother is 3 years younger to her father. But this is when Anna was born. Okay. This is where it gets a bit confusing. They are asking at what age did Anna's father get married? See, Anna's father's parents get married, and after 4 years, Anna is born. See, this father is 27 years when Anna is born, but they want the period when Anna's parents got married. So the answer is 27 minus 4, that is 23, which is given in option B. In question number 39, Rakesh had money to buy 8 mobile handsets of a specific company, but the retailer offered very good discount on that particular handset. Rakesh could buy 10 mobile handsets with the amount he had. What was the discount the retailer offered? Option A 15%, option B 20%, option C 25%, or option D 30%. In 39th question, Rakesh had money to buy 8 mobile handsets. Okay. But the retailer offered him a very good discount. What percentage we don't know. And he could now buy 10 mobile handsets with the same money he had. What was the discount that was offered to him? Now we have to make some imagination. Okay, 8 is there. Something related to 10 is there. So let's assume that he had 80 rupees with him. Okay. And if 80 rupees is the cost for 8 mobiles, this is without the discount. Without discount, 8 mobiles cost 80 rupees. So with discount, in the same 80 rupees, he is able to get 10 mobiles. So in the first case, without discount, the cost of each mobile is rupees 10. 80 by 8, 80 for 8, so 80 by 8 is 10. And in the second case, each mobile will cost 8 rupees. So what is the discount which is offered? A 10 rupees mobile is being sold for 8 rupees. The difference is 2 upon 10, which is the original cost, will give you 20%. Percent means 400. Okay. So the answer is option B, 20%. Let's go to the next question. Question number 40. The average marks of 100 students are given to be 40. It was found later that marks of one of the students were 53, which were misread as 83. The corrected mean marks are option A 39, option B 39.7, option C 40, or option D 40.3. In 40th question, see they have the data of average marks of 100 students, okay, and it was found to be 40. Fine, 40 is actually average, so the total should be 40 into 100. Okay, this is the total. Let's forget about that. It was found later that marks of one student were 53, but they were misread as 83. That means what is the actual number is 53, but it was misread as 83. So this 83 is a part of this particular thing, 40 into 100. And the actual one is 53. So they have overcounted by 30 marks. When you overcount this 30 marks, the average is impacted by the overcount by the number of students for which who are in the data, which will give us 0.3. So the average is overstated by 0.3. 30 is the total marks which is overstated, but the average will be overstated by the total overstated marks by the number of units. In this case, the number of students 100 and 0.3. So this 0.3 is an overstatement of the average. So what they're telling us is that the average was found to be 40. when they had done this wrong calculation, the average was 40, but it's an overstatement by 0.3. So 40 minus 0.3, we get 39.7, which is in the option B, which happens to be the right answer. In question number 48, we have what is x in the sequence. The sequence is 132, 129, 124, 117, 106, 93, and then x. So the options are A 74, B 75, C 76, and D 77. In the 48th question, we have numbers 132, 129, 124, 117, 106, 93, and x. We have to find x. So basically, when such kind of a question is asked, you have to just find out the difference between the numbers, difference among the numbers. So because most of the 50% of the questions will be based on difference. So here the difference between 132 and 129 is 3. Between 129 and 124 is 5. 124 and 117 is 7. 117 and 106 is 9. 106 and 93 is 13. 5, 7, 9, it should have been 11. Okay, so the difference which we have found here is not actually plus 2, 3 plus 2, 5 plus 2, 7 plus 2, 9. It's not that. If it was that, then this should have been 9, the difference between 106 and 117. But it is not 9. So they have specifically excluded 9. So what does 9 have which these numbers don't have? 3, 5, 7, that is the difference. 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. They belong to one group and 9 belongs to some other group. That's what it indicates. Because they specifically excluded 9. Other than that, everything is plus 2. So what we come to know with little bit of thought is that 9 is a prime number. 9 is not a prime number. It's a multiple of some number. Like 3 into 3 is 9. So this is actually the difference represents the prime numbers. Okay. So the difference has to be a prime number. Like 3, 5, 7, 11, 13 are prime numbers. So if you add plus 2, you'll get 15. 15 is not a prime number. Then you add plus 2. So you get 17. So the difference between 93 and x should be 17. So it goes in a decreasing order. So 93 minus 17 is 76 and it is there in option C. So option C is the right answer. In question number 49, a wall clock moves 10 minutes fast in every 24 hours. The clock was set right to show the correct time at 8 am on Monday. When the clock shows the time 6 pm on Wednesday, what is the correct time? Options are A 5:36 pm, B 5:30 pm, C 5:24 pm, or D 5:18 pm. Question number 49. We have true time, that is the right time, and then we also have false time. Okay, on Monday, the time was 8 am. Both true time and false time because the clock was set as such. The clock represents 8 am and the time was also actually 8 am. But for every 24 hours, the wall clock moves 10 minutes fast. Means it shows 8 am here on Tuesday, but actually it is 7:50. Similarly on Wednesday, this should be 7:40 am when it shows 8 am. For every 24 hours, there is a difference of 10 minutes. This clock is 10 minutes faster, plus 10 minutes, then plus 10 minutes again here, that is 20 minutes. 7:40 plus 20 minutes, you will get 8 am. But we have to find the correct time, that is the time here, true time, when this particular time, the false time is 6 pm. See, on Wednesday 6 pm, the clock will always show the false time. Why the clock will show the false time? Because the clock is actually moving 10 minutes faster for every 24 hours. 24 hours in a day will run as it is. Nobody can change that. But the clock is always the one which is showing the false time. So this false time belongs to the clock. When clock shows 6 pm, then that is actually the false time. So see, for when we reach 8 a.m., we have covered nearly 48 hours of time, nearly 48 hours, not exactly 48 hours, actually it is 47 hours 40 minutes. So for 48 hours, we get a difference of around 20 minutes. Now when we reach 6 p.m., 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., we have a gap of 10 hours. So it is near about 58 hours, okay. So if you see 58, it lies between 58 lies between 48 and 60. 72. 72 represents 3 days and 48 represents 2 days. So for 2 days, the variation in time is around 20 minutes. For 3 days, it is 30 minutes. Okay. 30 minutes variation for 3 days and 20 minutes variation for 2 days. So the variation which we'll actually find is somewhere between 2 days and 3 days. 58 is between 72 and 48. 58 hours elapses from 8 a.m. of Monday. So we know that it's somewhere in the middle, so it's around 25. Okay, approximately it's around 25. So we have to deduct this 25 from 6 p.m. We will get minus 25 minutes approximately. We are not going to the exact value. We'll get somewhere around 5:35 p.m. So this should be somewhere around 5:35 p.m. approximately. So if you go through the options, we have 5:36 p.m., 5:30, 5:24 and 5:18. 5:24 and 5:18 are definitely not possible because the variation is of, see, if it is 6 minus 5:24, then we have a difference of 36 minutes. For every 10 minutes, there is 24 hours have passed. For 30 minutes, more 72 hours have to elapse. So if it's 36 minutes, then more than 3 days but less than 4 days have to elapse. So this is not an answer. 5:18 also has a similar case. For 5:30, if the answer has to 5:30, then the time that elapses from Monday 8 a.m. should be plus 72 hours approximately. But we are somewhere between 48 and 72 hours. So it is not as great, it is not as large as 30 minutes, but it is not as short as 20 minutes also. So 5:36 p.m. is the closest option, and this is actually the right option. If you go by the conventional method, it's very lengthy and probably not the best thing to do. So you just have to go for the approximate one, which is, if you try to solve it by conventional method, you will get the answer as 5:36. But it's going to be very lengthy and not suggested at all. If we go through second method, that's the conventional and long method, I wouldn't suggest that. But see, for every 24 hours, you will get a false time of 24 hours and 10 minutes. 10 minutes can be represented, there are 60 minutes in an hour. So 10 minutes can be represented as 10 by 60 hours. That is 1 by 6 hour. So every 24 hours that elapses in the true time, the time in the false time, the clock would show it as 24 hours, 1 by 6 hours. So here, if you add from Monday 8 a.m. and then you reach Wednesday 6 p.m. of Wednesday, you are going to get a total of 58 hours over here. So what is the time here you have to calculate? So it would be simple, you just have to cross multiply and divide. So x will be equal to 58 into 24 by 24 1 by 6. To eliminate this 1 by 6, we will multiply on both the numerator and denominator by 6. So you will have 6 here. And when I do this into 6, you will get the same thing, 58 into 24 into 6. 24 into 6 are 144, plus 1 is 145 into 1 by 145 into 6 by 6, that is nothing but 145. 58 is 29 into 2, 145 is 29 into 5, so we have 2 by 5 here. So you will get something like 2 into 24, 48 into 6, 48 into 6 is 288 by 5. 288 by 5 will give you an answer of around, with 5 goes 5 times in 28, so it is 5, 3 will come here, 538. So I will write it here as 571 by 5. Sorry, 573 by 5. 38 by 5, 35 is the 7 is the quotient, 7 into 5, 35 plus 3. So it will be 7 as the quotient, 3 as the remainder. So you will get something like 57 3 by 5. So here this 3 by 5 is 3 by 5 of an hour. In an hour you have 60 minutes. 1 hour you have 60 minutes. So 60 minutes into 3 by 5 will give you 36 minutes. 12 into 3 is 36, so 36 minutes. See, on Wednesday 8 a.m., 48 hours would have elapsed. Wednesday 8 a.m. The remaining what is left is 9 hours and 36 minutes plus 9, 36. So you will reach 17:36, that is 5 hours 36, 5:36 p.m. as is required in our problem. In question number 50, if the numerator and denominator of a proper fraction are increased by the same positive quantity which is greater than 0, the resulting fraction is option A, always less than the original fraction, option B, always greater than the original fraction, C, always equal to the original fraction, or D, such that nothing can be claimed definitely. In question number 50, they are saying the numerator and denominator of a proper fraction. A proper fraction can be represented like A by B, and A is always lesser than B, and A and B are integers. Okay, so that would give us a proper fraction. Integers. Okay, so for the purpose of, they are saying that both of them are increased by some quantity, let's say m, a plus m, b plus m. See, we can't use these kind of equations to solve the question. I'm just giving it so that you may understand how it is, what is a proper fraction and what is the question. So a plus m by b plus m. So let's assume a proper fraction, let's say 1 by 3. Okay, they want us to increase the numerator and denominator by the same positive quantity. Okay, they want to increase this number 1. They don't want to increase this whole thing. I mean, ultimately they do that, but in the question they want to do is, what they want to do, 1 by 3 plus some number, say 10. Okay, so now the resulting fraction is 11 by 13. So is it always less than the original fraction? No, because 11 by 13 is greater than 1 by 3. 1 by 3 is some 33 something. 11 by 3 is somewhere in the 80s. It's almost close to 13. So obviously this is greater than 1 by 3. So A is wrong. Always greater than the original fraction. Yes, we can see that it is greater. Always equal. No, it is not equal. So option C is wrong. Nothing can be claimed definitely. Yeah, here the point lies. Actually, to be honest, we can claim definitely that it will always be greater than the original fraction. Okay, so it's like initially it will be 1 by 3. The equivalent of 1 by 3 is something like 2 by 6. 2 by 6 is equal to 1 by 3. It will also be equal to 3 by 9. So here the increase in numerator is 1, but here the increase in numerator is 3. Same over here, 1 and 3. So always the denominator has to be increased by a proportionate value to maintain that value. When you give the same privilege of 3 to the numerator, then this expression will always be greater than the original expression. 4 by 7, I add another 3. Okay, so sorry, this is 6. 4 by 6, you have like 7 by 9. It will go on and say it's almost like infinity minus 2. There is no such thing called infinity minus 2, but just for your understanding. So which is equivalent to 1. So always it will tend to reach 1. Like 4 by 6 is closer than 1 by 3 to 1. 7 by 9 is even more closer. And say 80 by 82 is even more closer to 1. So it goes on increasing. It tends to reach 1. As the number you add on the numerator and denominator increases in its value, this proper fraction will tend to reach 1. And a proper fraction is always lesser than 1. but it is attempting to reach 1. So the resultant value will always be greater than the original fraction. Okay, so B is the right answer here. In question number 51, we have what is x in the sequence again. That is 4, 196, 16, 144, 36, 100, 64 and then x. Options are A 48, B 64, C 125 and D 256. In the 51st question, we have certain numbers 4, 196, 16, 144, 36, 100, 64 and x in a sequence, and we have to find what is x. Please note here that when you on a primary look, what do you come to a conclusion as such? That all these numbers are squares. 2 square is 4, 14 square is 196, 4 square is 16, 12 square is 144, 6 square is 36, 10 square is 100, 8 square is 64. So again, we are not having a clear pattern. If we find the difference 12, 10, 8, 6, something you are getting it. So there is some more logic they have used. So we'll extract these numbers and I'll write it separately here. You don't need to do it in your, you can work it out at a single place, but I don't have space. 2, 14, 12, 6, 10 and 8. Okay. So in this kind of problems, what you need to do is you have to focus on the alternate numbers. So I think some pattern is emerging here. Plus 2, and plus 2, minus 2, and minus 2. So this number over here would be a minus 2 of 10 minus 2, that is 8. And the actual number that you are supposed to get here is a square of this 8. 8 square is equal to x is equal to 64. So let's see whether 64 is in the options. Yes, B 64 is the answer to this question. Question number 52, we have in a group of 15 people, 7 can read French, 8 can read English, while 3 of them can read neither of these two languages. The number of people who can read exactly one language is A 10, B 9, C 5 or D 4. In the 52nd question, they are saying there are 15 people and 7 can read French and 8 can read English, while 3 of them can read neither of the two languages. So it's again to confuse you. This is very important part. 15 people are there, 3 can do no work, so you can say they are useless for our purposes. So we'll focus only on this 12. Okay, so this 12 is distributed among French and English. Okay, the number of people who can read exactly one language is, as I told in the previous problem, so ideally we need, if there is no overlapping between English and French speakers, that is people who speak French alone and people who speak English alone, do not speak both the languages, then this number 7 plus 8 should have been equal to 12, not 15. Okay, 15 because 3 people are useless. They are not reading any of the languages, while 3 of them can read neither of these two languages. But we are not getting it as 15, we are getting it as 12. So what we are getting here, that is 15 minus this number 12 is 3. So these are the people who can read both the languages. So this 3 is a common thing. Okay, so this 3 will come here, it's common thing, and this 3 is included both in 7 and 8 as well. This number 3 is included in 7 and 8. So what is not included is 4. 8 minus 3 is 5. Okay, and the same 3, if I bring it over here, people who can read both the languages, English alone and French alone, then we will get the total as 12. That is what we wanted. 4 plus 5 plus 3, we will get it as 12. The question they ask that number of people who can read exactly one language. They are not specifying whether it's French or English. French alone we have 4 people. English alone we have 5 people. So 4 plus 5 is 9. So we have 9 people who can read exactly one language, that is option B. Question number 53, we have a printer numbers the pages of a book starting with 1 and uses 3089 digits in all. How many pages does the book have? A 1040, B 1048, C 1049 or D 1050. In question number 53, they ask us a printer numbers the pages of a book starting with 1. From 1 to 3089 digits they have used. They have used 3089 digits in total starting from page number 1. Okay. So the book is having different page numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. And ultimately 3089 digits have been consumed in printing. So what they mean to say is that, say there is a number called, there's a page number called 783. 1, 2, 3. 3 digits have been consumed to print this page number. So like that, when you keep on adding, you will get a total of 3089 digits. Now they want us to know which page number we have reached. What is the page number when 3000 digits have been used? This is the question. So now that we have understood the question, see in page number 1 to 9, page number starts with 1, that they have given, only 1 digit is consumed. Page number 10 to 99, these are 2 digit numbers, so 2 digits will be consumed. Page number 100 to 999, 3 digits will be consumed. Okay, now let's just total it up. So one here we have 1 to 9, we have 9 numbers, so into 9 digits are consumed. Here we have 99 minus 10 is 89 plus 1, that is 90 numbers. So 2 into 90, 180 digits are consumed. Between 100 and 999 we have 900 numbers, 900 digits, 900 numbers, but so we are getting 900 into 3 is 2700 digits. So when we actually finish with all the 3 digit pages, when we reach page number 999, we would have consumed these many digits. That is 2700, 9 plus 180 plus 2700. If you use your addition, then you will get it as 2889. So totally 3089 digits are consumed, not 2889. So what is the difference? The difference between 3089 and 2889 is 00212, 200. Okay. So we now know, I'll write it down here, that we need to use 200 digits henceforth. For page numbers starting from 1000, we are using 4 digits, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 200 by 4 will allow us to print 50 more pages. But this 50 more pages will start from 1000. So some of you may think the last page to be printed is 1050, but it's not so. Because 1050 will be the 51st page and 1000 will be the first page. So the 50th page will actually be 1049. This is the 50th page to be printed, and thus we consume all the 200 digits. So the answer should be C, option C, 1049. In question number 54, we have consider the following sequence that follows some arrangement. C underscore A, C C A underscore A underscore B C underscore B. The letters that appear in the gaps are option A B B A, option B C B B B, option C B B B B, option D C C C C. In the 54th question, we are looking at the series C underscore A, C C A underscore A underscore B, C underscore B. Actually, there is no way you can determine what would be the answer, because you have to see some pattern, but it visually on a first note it becomes very tough to know that. So let's try to fill in this all the options. That is the only way I think we can do this. C option B, 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 and D option C, 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 C. So let me fill this. The first option A, B, B, and A. Now after filling this, you need to try to trace a pattern. Normally you will have pattern in 3 letters, something like this. So here you get CAA, CCA, ABA, ABB, CAB. I don't find anything spectacular here. Let's try with the second one. C here, B here, B here, and B here. If you go with the 3-letter one, which find a pattern here, let's try to find a pattern here with 3 letters. But still we are not able to. CCA and CCA, okay, some patterning we have. ABA, then this should also have been ABA, but it's not working that way. And CBB, we are not able to find a pattern easily. So let's look at something else. Let's look at it in, visually, and let's try to find if there's any other way we can find a pattern. Here we can see a lot of repetitions here. It's like CC, CC, AA, BB, okay, BB again. So most probably it has to do with the repetition of CAB, okay. And in between this repetition, there is this one particular thing which is different. This is the A repetition pattern, which you get for every 5 letters. It's A everywhere except for the middle one, which is B. Here it is C everywhere, C, C, and the middle one A, then again C, C. So we are finding a pattern here, C, C, A, C, C, C pattern. We are finding a pattern here, A, A, B, A, A. You can call it as a pattern. And we are finding a B pattern here, B. So B, B, C, and B, B. B pattern. So we can go with this option because it is showing some kind of a pattern there. In question number 55, we have a family has 2 children along with their parents. The average of the weights of the children and the mother is 50 kilograms. The average of the weights of the children and the father is 52 kilograms. If the weight of the father is 60 kilograms, then what is the weight of the mother? Option A, 48 kilograms, B, 50 kg, C, 52 kg, or D, 54 kg. In the 55th question, we have a family, that is mother and father, and they have their 2 kids, 2 children. The average of the weights of the children and the mother, so there are 3 people, is 50 kilograms. That is the average. So total weight would be 50 into 3, that is 150 kgs. And when it comes to the mother, sorry, this should be M and this should be F. For father, maybe M for mother. The average of the weights of the children and the father is 52 kilos. So if we do it this way, then it would be 52 into 3 is 156. Okay. If the weight of the father is 60 kilos, so this father guy is 60 kilos. What is the weight of the mother? See, the only difference between this and this is the father and mother. Here you have mother, here you have father. So the difference between these two is the difference between the father and the mother. It is equal to 156 minus 150, which is equal to 6. See, normally don't always assume that the father is elder to mother. So please look at the equations properly. In this case, father's age is more than the mother, but the UPSC can twist you in any ways. It will break all kinds of prejudice you have. So if you have a prejudice that the father has to be elder to mother, then and you blindly go for the answer, it doesn't work that way. You have to go through the questions and whatever the statements UPSC has given. So in this particular case, when we take father along with the children, we have the total of 156 and mother as 150. So the mother is definitely 6 years younger. So mother is 6 years younger to father. And the father weighs 60. So 60 minus 6, 54. 54 is the weight of the mother, which we have got in the option D. In question number 56, we have suppose you have sufficient amount of rupee currency in three denominations, rupees 1, rupees 10 and rupees 50. In how many different ways can you pay a bill of rupees 107? Option A 16, option B 17, option C 18 or option D 19. 56th question, this is a very interesting question. If you try to solve it in the normal method, you will not be able to solve it. See, you need to reach rupees 107 somehow. And you have rupees 1, rupees 10. It's up to you how you want to reach, how you want to pay rupees 107. But one thing is clear. This 7 rupees part, I can never pay it by rupees 10 and rupees 50. So this 7 rupees part will always be paid by rupees 1. Because the other fellow is not going to give you change. It's like you have to pay 107. You can't pay 110 and take a 3 rupee change back. This 7 rupees has to be paid by 1 rupee. So that part is over. We don't have to worry about how the 7 rupees would be paid. What we have to worry about is how this 100 rupees sum is going to be paid. So let's assume two situations here. One is when rupees 50 is used twice. You can pay it that way. That's one possibility. Once you use rupees 50 twice, 50 into 2 will be 100. You don't need to use rupees 10 or 1 again. So, and it's only one possibility. It's only one way you can do that. If you are using rupees 50 once, then 50 rupees is covered. Now you have various other ways in you can cover the remaining 50. Remember, you have to reach 100 rupees. 50 rupees you are using once. That's the second case. In this second case, you have to pay up the 50 rupees. You can pay up the 50 rupees in various different ways. In the first way is when you utilize rupees 10 5 times. When you utilize rupees 10 4 times. So on till when you utilize rupees 10 0 times. When you utilize rupees 10 5 times, you will be utilizing rupees 1 10 times. When you 0 times. And when you are utilizing rupees 10 4 times, you will be utilizing rupees 1 10 times. And when you are utilizing rupees 10 0 times, you will be utilizing rupees 1 50 times because you have to reach 50. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possibilities you will get from 0 to 50 because it starts from 0, not from 1. So remember that. And you will get 6 possibilities when you are using rupees 50 once. Assume you are not using rupees 50 at all. Then you will have many other different possibilities by which you will have to reach rupees 100. So say you are using rupees 10 0 times, rupees 10 1 time. So on till you reach rupees, you can utilize rupees 10 10 times because then you will get 100. And that particular case you will use rupees 1 0 times. When you are using rupees 10 0 times means you are not using rupees 10 at all, you are using rupees 100 times. They are not asking you how many times you are using the rupee 1 or rupee 10. They are asking the possibilities. And these 11 possibilities exist. Because it starts from 0 and reaches 10. So there are 11 possibilities. I will underline here 11. You have 6. You have 1. So when you add this, 11 plus 6 plus 1, you reach 18. So there are 18 different ways by which you can pay up rupees 107. So see, we have forgot the 7 rupees part because it anyways has to be paid by rupees 1. Okay, whatever these combinations exist, all these combinations will coexist with this combination. Okay, so we don't need to worry about this. Now we are focusing only on rupees 100 part, where we are assuming that we are using rupees 50 twice. When you are using rupees 50 twice, you don't need to use anything else again. So that is only a one combination. When you are using rupees 50 once, then you will have to focus on the other rupees, the rupees 50 which is remaining. So you can use rupees 10 5 times to 0 times, 6 possibilities, and get settle your payment. When rupees 50 is not at all used, you have 11 possibilities how you can settle your payment. Okay, so 11 plus 6 plus 1 is 18. That's our answer. In question number 57, we have A started from his house and walked 20 meters towards the east, where his friend B joined him. They together walked 10 meters in the same direction. Then A turned left while B turned right and traveled 2 meters and 8 meters respectively. Again, B turned left to travel 4 meters, followed by 5 meters to his right to reach his office. A turned right and traveled 12 meters to reach his office. What is the shortest distance between the two offices? Option A 15 meters, option B 17 meters, option C 19 meters, or option D 20 meters. In question number 57, let's work out. A started from his house and walked 20 kilometers towards the east. So this is east, so he walks 20. This is his starting point. And from here, he meets his friend B. They together walk 10 meters in the same direction. So both A and B will start walking from this point. From here, A turned left. So when you're facing this way, this would be your left. And B turned right. And B will go to this direction towards the right. And travel 2 and 8 meters respectively. 2 for A and 8 for B respectively. Okay. Again, B turned to his left. When he's moving down, that is this side, his left would be that side. So he moves left to travel 4 meters, followed by 5 meters to his right. Then again he takes a right and he reaches his office, B's office. A turned right and traveled 12 meters to reach his office. So A is turning right and he travels 12 meters. So here we have to consider what is the shortest distance between the two offices. This is A's office. Okay, I write AO and B's office BO. So we have to consider the vertical distance and the horizontal distance. If you see the horizontal distance between these two offices, then I can take this imaginary line here and say this is 4, because here it's 4, and to reach 12 I need 8 over here. So the horizontal distance is 8. Now when I go for vertical distance, I will add all this, 2 plus 8 plus 5, and I will reach 15. And then you can draw this right angle triangle over here and use the Pythagoras theorem, that is this, the side opposite to the right angle, square root of the sum of the squares of its sides, that is root of 8 square plus 15 square, which will be root of 64 plus 225, which is root of 289, which is 17. In fact, you should not be doing this calculation. You should already be knowing some Pythagoras triplets, like 3, 4 and 5 come in a combination, 6, 8 and 10 come in a combination, 8, 15 and 17 come in a combination. Here we are having 8 and 15, so 17. So this distance would be 17 meters, which we have in option B.